double XL up in the paint, you can't shake that. All the way gassed up, full tank, man, moving too quick. Keep the cameras in the playback. Dang, so tell me how you feel with it. You put a lid on it, I ain't got no chill with it. This right here your problem, you gon' have to deal with it. Lay it on the line, high risk, that's the meal ticket. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at, never fall back. No lies on facts, we gon' stay right where we at. We ain't never fall back. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. Been way down, never faltered. Came with the hands out, get them off us. I'm 24/7 in the office. Pay attention cause I ain't repeating offers. Yeah, never met a man I've been scared of. Careful, you gon' get exactly what you asked for. Careful, whatever you bring me getting handled. I answer to no one, I don't need to hassle. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. We ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Never fall back. We ain't never fall back.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor. We're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
As the competition, but if you go against me, you the opposition. But if you want to look like you can close the distance, I'ma give it A forever since you're so persistent. With you, I'm just practicing, cause I'm back to back. Let's get back to winning. As a matter of fact, I'm not that forgiving.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, this is the show, the one, the only Broken Takes. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Ali the Persian, and Broken Takes is back. Yes, we are. I am so freaking excited. How is everybody doing? I hope you're having a great time this morning, right when this broadcasted. That is right. Broken Takes is back. And without ado, I got to give this guy some music. It's been a hot while since we've done one of these. And this is right up his alley. It's called Feeding the Ducks. Color, my brother from another mother, how are you doing, sir?
Pretty dang good, Ali. How are we doing this lovely morning?
That's right. How are we doing this morning?
I like the new digs, man. That's nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's been a while. HB's done some construction around here.
Nice new. When do I get one of those offices, man?
I got the office, and looks like you went into the digital world with the Matrix, with that icon and everything.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's thanks to Hooked Up Joe. He hooked that up.
Yeah, this is color in the 3D. It's 3D color. Now I
Yeah, now
kind of
you
look
can
like
see
three dimensional.
exactly how loud I'm getting. See
And you know, you're getting loud. Oh man, it is crazy. We haven't done a top of the tailgate in a while. Um, well, with further ado, got some breaking news around these parts. I can give you guys. Color and I have decided, because of my crazy work schedule and whatnot, we are gonna try to attempt to do top of the tailgate 3 times a week rather than Monday and Friday. I'm sorry, Monday through Friday. We're going to do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Those are the days that we're going to attempt to do one. There's not going to be one tomorrow because this is broadcasting, obviously. But for the days that we're not doing, we're going to have a broken takes or maybe a coffee and a cup of color. Right? That's the plan. Ain't that right, Color?
that is the plan. I got to get them out some way.
That is right. So Broken Takes is back. You can expect us. And if you didn't know what Broken Takes is, or you're new to the show, Broken Takes is where anything goes. If you're full-blooded aqua and orange like myself, or better known as the Wolf Pack, because we're going to call out everybody and anybody that don't support the logo, then this is the show for you if you're part of that group. We all know who you are. This is the Wolfpack Show. This is where you can say whatever you feel like, however you feel about this team. You can say it here without, sounding crazy. The crazier the take, the better. That's what this show's about. Color feels at home. He has a lot of crazy takes. He's about to start spewing out. I can feel it.
That's right. I mean, look, if you got a problem with it, it's pointless to say in the chat that you have a problem with anybody's takes because it is right in the title. They are going to be broken.
Here is a broken take. And actually, it's not really broken because, to be honest, I think it's true. And we'll talk about it during this show. Josh Allen is the real problem at Buffalo. Without Josh Allen, Buffalo is better. I truly think Buffalo could win a Super Bowl without Josh Allen. Yes, you heard it from me, but that's not even that crazy, is it, Color? With all the crazy news surrounding Buffalo, which we'll get into, trust me, if anybody knows me the best, I hate Buffalo more than anything in this world, right? Actually, I take that back. There's 2 things I hate, the team up north or Buffalo. And guess what? They're both up north, so fuck them both. Excuse my language. I should not have said that. But what I will say is
okay, we can edit it out.
It's all right. I won't leave it there. It's okay. It's all right. My point is that team up there, I despise them more than anything, right? I despise what they stand for. Their fans are crazy. The stadium is not even that great from what I understand. The weather is pretty miserable. Either from, everyone's proud to be in New York City, but are you really proud to be in Buffalo? I don't think so, right? So with that being said, I truly think that Josh Allen is the problem. We as Dolphin fans need to hope to God that Josh Allen stays there a long ass time, because I think the moment they get rid of him, things might turn for the better for them, to be honest. That's just my opinion. That's how crazy you can go here. You could go as crazy as saying that this team on paper, honestly, and physically and talent-wise, is better than the 1972 Dolphins. And that's not even hard to say either. I don't even know if that's broken anymore. Is it, Color?
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little?
mean, paradigms are different, so it's hard to say.
We may not have the wins to say we're undefeated, on that aspect, but when it comes to pure talent that they can bring, both offensively and on the defensive side, I truly believe that this team on a talent base is better than 1972 Dolphins. I'm not, and here's the thing, 1972 Dolphins, nothing to take away from them. They went undefeated. They got the job done, right? But if you look, all the stars you can think of when it comes to that team are on the offensive side of the ball. If memory serves me right, they have something known as the no-name defense. Nobody could really name the stars on that defense, from what I understood. Right? And because of that, not really because of that, because of the speed that we bring, the finesse that we bring, the catching ability, and some of the agility and abilities that these players have today, I think are superior to the players from then, right? I mean, let's think about it. Science has done a wonderful job. Technology makes you bigger, stronger, faster, smarter. You know what I'm saying? All of that and combined, that's why I make takes like that. Now, these are just some examples of some broken takes. Color may have some examples. Shoot, Color, what do you got? I'm just giving my opinion.
The
It's been
Buffalo Bills should trade Josh Allen to the Seattle Seahawks straight up for Geno Smith.
that is a broken take. Holy shit. Really, Color?
I
You
mean,
really feel that?
did you just see his last touchdown? Or
Yeah,
did you
that's
see it
true.
last night? He just like Josh Allen does. The pocket opened up and he ran right through it and ran into the end zone for a touchdown untouched.
Yep. I mean, did you see that throw? Even though he was about to get sacked, did you see that throw to Njigba Smith, who ended up reversing the call as a touchdown, but it still was pass interference. It's pretty impressive. He got the ball down there still. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You might be right about that. That is kind of a broken take. We'll have to see. But anyway, how's everybody in the chat doing? Make sure you
And if
hit
we were
like.
to go back in time to last night at 1 minute 4 seconds left in the third, it would have been 28 to 27 Dallas.
Actually, it's 28 to 27, the Seahawks.
Oh, that's what I meant. It was the Seahawks at that point of the game last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposed to keep it up, Ali. Supposed
I
to play
know.
along, bro.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. They know it's a pre-record. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I know. By
It's
the way,
all
how you
good.
doing, Shekel? I know you're in here.
Shackle might be in
Joe Riz
here.
is probably watching. Who else?
Trucker Sean. Shout out to Trucker Sean. You know he's up in here.
Yeah,
Trucker Sean. What's it? See,
Bud Moon,
yeah, all the people that come on the morning show. Shout out to y'all.
Jermaine's
Jermaine.
probably around. Yep.
Yeah, G, all you guys. Shout out to all of you. Hit the like button.
Yep.
You know, Shake, I know you're probably like, where was my invite? I'm sorry, bro. This is a two-man show. We're rocking it tonight. Next time I'll throw the invite.
Now, everybody we forgot the name is going to think we don't remember them.
We remember everybody. I'm remembering them now in remembrance of everybody that didn't get
special shout out to all the people we didn't name. You're better than everybody else.
Yeah. Yep. You are definitely better than everybody else. And while you're hanging out with us, this morning, make sure you check out some of the other shows. We got El Capitan doing shows. You got Color and myself doing the mornings with broken takes, top of the tailgate, even coffee and a cup of Color, which I can't wait to do a show with that, which I've never done, Color, and I'm shame on you. We haven't done this yet. We need to do it. In addition, check out Shake Money and Lewis with the drive time, smoke lounges. You got KP making fantasies come true. You got Crypto with some real talk. And then don't forget about the OG, the scientist, the mad scientist on Tuesdays, Tonks TMI Tuesdays. Check him out. We got some interesting conversations about college, sports, the news, rappers, pop art, pop culture, everything. Check out Tonk TMI's Tuesdays. Some cool stuff there. That being said, while you're hanging out with us, check out the descriptions below. You already know about Fanatics, officially licensed everything. Whoever that guy that does the commentary on our little promo there, hell of a commentator. Guy is amazing. Color, you need to be more like him. That guy knows how to speak. That guy knows how to talk. Anyway, check out officially. Anyway, check out Fanatics. They got
last night by Noah Fant.
Oh, damn, Noah Fant again. Very nice. So anyway, check out Fanatics. They got officially licensed everything. like this Dolphin hat, you want to know where I get my jerseys, my hats, everything, check out Fanatics. They always got deals. Make sure you use the link below. It helps with the channel, gives a little bit credit to us, but it tells them that we sent you. So definitely appreciate that. And if you need a lot more energy with all the more shows, we're going to start be putting out more and more shortly, not just here, but elsewhere as well. Check out Dubby Energy Drink. That's right. Dubby Energy Drink. It's all smash, no crash. You don't get that jittering or crashing like you do with some of the other drinks out there. Has a lot more vitamins and minerals that are more beneficial to the body. A lot less of that byproduct that's harmful for you. The flavors are pretty good. And if you don't take my word for it, check out Shake Money Show. He does reviews on the stuff. He says it's good. I take his word for it. So check out Dubby Energy Drink. You'd like to save 10% off there. Use code TFTG at checkout. That is right. So make sure you get your energy drink. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, hit like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bells. You know, if you'd like to donate to the channel, help the channel out, we accept Cash App or Venmo. Definitely, we really appreciate everyone and all your support. But most of all, make sure you hit like and subscribe. That helps us the most. We really appreciate that. Oh, Colors, how you doing, man? How's your week been?
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Do anything fun?
No, not really. Just watched
really.
the Dolphins beat the Jets on Black Friday.
That was definitely fun. Definitely loved to enjoy watching that. What else? What other games did we have this week? What was the Monday night game?
Oh, Monday night was Ravens and Chargers.
Okay.
Or was it? No, it was Bears and Vikings. Ravens and Chargers was Sunday
That's right.
night.
We had the like 5 or 6 interceptions. It was ridiculous.
Bad game. I forgot it even existed.
Yeah, I was excited for Hard Knocks on Tuesday. Tuesday Hard Knocks was pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, Hard Knocks was heart wrenching, man. I had a hard time watching it.
Yeah, it was heart wrenching to be honest.
Not for the faint of heart.
You know, sometimes, you know, things like that, unfortunately, but fortunately, but unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, this happened to Jalen Phillips, and I wish him the best of luck and the best rehab he can get to make sure he comes back better and stronger than ever, right? I wish that more than anything in the world. But there's some good things that come out of things like this, right? It brings a moment to everybody that kind of brings everybody to their knees and to reality. And what I mean by that is the situation and the things that occurred after the fact, especially after, and it didn't happen necessarily until after Hard Knocks aired, but I saw a lot of people come out of the woodwork to say some good things about Jalen Phillips and, you know, and wish him the best of luck and throwing up prayers and all that stuff. And seeing that and seeing how many people came out, that kind of warmed my heart that there's still light, a flicker of light in this humanity. You know what I'm saying, Color?
Mm-hmm.
Like people still have a heart, and that really came to me, and I was like, you know what? Even though this happened to one of our own, and I don't wish this upon anybody, no matter what, I was still happy to see it. You know what I mean? I was happy that people didn't just come up and say nasty shit about how he got injured or, oh, look at that Dolphin, he got what he deserved, or you know what I mean? I didn't see that. I saw, bro, best of luck to you, best wishes, prayers to you, fast rehab, wishing you well, get well soon. You know what I mean? Those are the things I saw from not just our fan base, but other fan bases as well. Buffalo, Jets, Patriots, obviously. The NFL posted out stuff. You know, every corner of sports basically posted something about Jalen Phillips and even other sports too. So that being said, that just shows you how many people are watching or paying attention of what's going on. And in a sense, even though you're rooting for your team, we're all one big family in the end. You know what I'm saying, Color? That it almost feels that way at times when stuff like this. It's kind of like, and listen, I understand what happened to I believe it's DeMar Hamlin was 100 times, 1,000 times worse. I get that. I get that. And I'm not taking anything away from him and what happened in his situation. But because I saw everybody come together as a collective, I saw everybody come together as a collective in this situation, both situations, it warmed my heart that there aren't shitty people. I mean, I'm trying to say is that there's a lot more light in the world than there is darkness. You understand what
Mhm.
I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I
and
know there's
also,
I
I
know
don't
there's
think HBO is hard hitting. That's what they're all about. That's why they're a premium network and always have been. I don't think there was any egregiousness with it. I think it was very tastefully aired. And I would
Mhm.
like to think that the decision to air that uh was probably had to be approved by other people besides HBO. You know what I mean? So up to and including Jalen Phillips himself. And what courage to allow that to be shown, to allow yourself to be shown in your most weakest moment on your ass on the field crying like a baby, to be able to have the courage to let the world see that, to be able to help the world understand,
Mhm.
you know, how much these guys put in to this profession and what they do, and how it can instantly, because of the amount they put into it, something like that can happen. It's actually a very simple injury, but very time consuming and devastating. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Definitely. Color,
uh,
keep talking about your thoughts about what
sure,
happened
sure,
in Hard Knocks.
sure. And so, I thought it was like quite tasteful. It still was grueling to watch. I mean, the whole show was exemplifying his career so far and his season, and then eventually the game that he fell injured in. And it was tough to watch. But I look, lots of courage from the man letting that be shown, because I would hope that they had to have his approval. And I don't think HBO, like, it's not like they let it sit there and going on for 2 minutes straight. It
Mhm.
was quick. It was the man's crying his eyes out, but it is HBO and they are hard hitting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
one
great
hundred
show, man.
percent.
I've been impressed by both episodes so far.
Yeah, so have I. I mean, this is both episodes have shown us different lights of this team. You saw the charisma and the swag of our coach and the different personality that you don't really see outside of him doing pressers or what you see on the sideline. You know what I mean? You don't get to see that aggressive um uh a smart aleck coach that we you kind of saw in hard knocks. I mean, I don't know what the term is because he's used more f-bombs than I've ever thought I would hear him say. You know what I mean? He's talks some smack. He talks
Right in front of two billionaires too, man. Both
yeah,
owners of the teams, the Dolphins and the Jets. He's chopping it up with both of them, talking about the hit that he took in the Raiders game.
yeah, I mean, I know this is a morning show, but the guy talks about getting hit in the junk using the D
Right.
word. You know what I mean?
With two
And I'm sitting there
billionaires.
like, and I'm like, did he really just talk about that to them? You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
oh my
It's
god!
like, oh, no big deal. You just got both team owners sitting there. It's like, it
Yeah,
takes a lot of cojones to, you got to be real comfortable in your own skin to be like that, bro.
I mean, there's a lot of things I've learned over the past 2 weeks about our coach. I didn't know, like how he met his wife. I think it was Rich. Who was it that the guy on Thursday night said that our coach basically stepped in into another player, a player he was coaching that was dancing with a girl and took the girl, ended up marrying her. You know what I mean? Like stuff
Wow.
like that was just like, what? Are you serious? Like no way. And it ends up being true. I mean, every time I hear a story about the guy, it's crazy, right? And then you turn a swing of a things, and now we're on more of like the heart wrenching side. You saw a guy that was showing so much promise. I told you, and you and I had a deep discussion about this, about how Jalen Phillips, where is he? He hasn't shown up after the first 3 games. He was like the quietest start to the season, and ever since then he's been blowing up. And then the Jets game was his game, dude. He was owning the Jets by himself, in his own right. If you just watched him alone, you could see how he was owning the game, and only for that to happen to him, bro. And that in the moment he started crying, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I started crying, bro. Watching him starting to cry during the show made me cry. I'm not gonna lie about that. And it was the most realist thing I ever seen. But the fact that the guy's already in the building the next day talking about what happened, he looks like he's good to go. The guy looks like he's one of those guys, even though he's injured, just like Jalen Ramsey, he's going to go ahead and be in the building 24/7, every meeting, every practice. That's what I think that this guy is going to do. That's the type of guy he is. If I'm Chris Greer, I'm lining up an extension like soon, very soon. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Rock and roll. That's what I think. Other parts were really cool and funny to see. We got to see what you think of Christian Wilkins showing up with no shirt and shorts and goes to sit. He looks like he was sitting down.
I think I put it in the private chat. We were all watching it, in a watch party. I think I put it in the private chat. Like, what a loon!
Yeah,
Christian
dude,
Wilkins is officially a loon.
you
That's a
guys
good
so
thing. I'm
funny.
not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying he's officially a loon.
Yeah, when we say he's a loon, it's like somebody that just makes you laugh like really hard, right? No, kind of like that thing. And
It's easier to say than eccentric.
bro, you know what would have gotten it for me the most is if he kind of like did this lean back on the couch like this and did the Al Bundy and just stick his hand in his shorts.
Well, I mean, it is HBO. He probably could have flashed his nads through the shorts or something.
Oh God, come on. No, it just reminded me of like the Al Bundy, where he's sitting in front of
Christian Wilkins doing the Sharon Stone thing on Hard Knocks.
Oh God, dude. Oh, why'd you put that in my head now? Now I'm thinking about it. God damn you. Oh God, this is the what would the TFTG?
Because if it had to go through my head, it's got to go through all your heads too.
This is true, but what would the TFTG be without the laughter, bro? We got to make the jokes. We got to. But yeah, I'm excited for the next episode. I want to know how the Dolphins are going to respond. So far, everything that they've gotten thrown at them when it comes to adversity, they overcome, right? Every injury we've somehow overcome, or we've gotten better along the way. Will we get better along the way? These are questions that we'll have to talk about shortly. In the future. I know we made a signing. We signed JPP this week. That is really big. Can you hear me?
So yeah, you okay there?
Why?
You're looking like you're having a stroke or something for a second there.
Oh, I was choking on something. Something caught my back of my throat. That's fine.
How did it feel to be Justin Herbert for a second?
I choking all the time, bro. Jeez. All right. So anyway, yeah. So where was I? So we signed JPP. I wasn't too worried. Like I don't think we were necessarily in a rush to sign somebody. And the reason for that, we still have Agba, you still have Van Ginkel. Both of those guys are really good at their position. And I think Van Ginkel can definitely bring it just as well as Jalen Phillips can. That's just my opinion. Now, here's the reason why I think we made the move. Van Ginkel plays a vital role in that middle linebacker, inside linebacker position. And it's very hard to just replace him there. So I think you had to bring in JPP, so it allows them to move Van Ginkel from inside to outside linebacker, and vice versa whenever needed. You know what I mean? You have to. It basically slows the bleeding down essentially. That's how I see it. But this defense is still strong. I expected them to make this kind of move anyways, regardless of what happened to Phillips, because we're now in the mode to do that playoff run, bro. This is the December run that we need to be in to move into the playoffs. And this is where you go get depth pieces. Even though you may think that you may not need the guy, go get him because you're going to need him for the playoffs.
Yeah,
You go
plus,
ahead.
I mean, plus he's got an extra piece, so that's going to help you down the road.
Yeah, definitely. Plus, the guy has a ring, bro. So I'm just saying, and it wasn't too long ago this guy won his ring. What was it, 2020? Or was it
Something like
2019?
that. Yeah.
Something like that with the
He
Buccaneers?
could just scrape off one of the P's and give it to Jalen Phillips.
There you go. Anyway, my point is that you're going to get guys like this anyway. There's another guy, which we'll talk about here shortly, that also that we could be bringing in. We could. That's the thing. Asterisk there could possibly. I don't know if there's any like real connections or anything. But what I will say that it makes sense, and we'll talk about it. There's some other writers and stuff that are talking about him, so we'll talk about it and we'll give our thoughts. But before that, in light of top of the tailgate, we do a what in the world? What in the world's going on with Buffalo? You think I'm going to get away without talking about Buffalo? What is
What
going
in the
on with
world's
Buffalo?
going on out here?
Here the Bills are on rotisserie, bro, because they're getting deep fried.
Rotisserie? By the way, that's an I after the T. I hope that's what I said.
It wasn't, but technically, this is actually how it's spelled, not an
Rotisserie?
I. No,
Really?
there is no I in rotisserie.
Rotisserie. That's because it's pronounced rotisserie.
Yeah, I guess.
Rotisserie.
Rotisserie. Yeah,
Rotisserie.
this is how. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe there is an I.
Rotisserie.
Rotisserie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's spelled wrong. The Buffalo Bills are wrong. The whole thing is wrong color.
Well, it wouldn't be YouTube if it wasn't spelled wrong.
Yeah, it wouldn't be here. I'll fix it. I'll fix it right now. We'll
I don't know. It could be right. I don't know. I know everything after the double S is correct.
Yeah.
I thought there was two T's, but I could be wrong.
Here, this one's better because this is how I really feel.
Rotisserie.
They're deep fried like KFC. It's so bad you don't even want to go there, bro. They're
buffalo
the worst
wings. They're KFC, huh?
in town,
deep fried
right?
buffalo wings.
Zaxby's is better than deep fried KFC.
Wow.
Church's chicken is better than deep fried KFC.
Well, we have Bud's Chicken down here. We don't go to Zaxby's.
We don't have Bud, so I don't know. I've never been there, so I'd like to try it. We'll see. Long story short, the Bills are trash, bro. Talk about a circus. Let's talk about this real quick, bro. It's so bad. It's not even funny. Let's start from the beginning, Color. I won't even talk about what's going on right this moment. I'm going to talk about what happened in the offseason. Let's start there, right? You lost to the Bengals after taking a whooping for us. You may have won the battle, but you didn't win the war, obviously, because the very next game, you got your ass handed to you, right? Rightfully so. And then after that, you wanted to start pointing fingers. Oh, our defense is trash. So let's go ahead and blame the defensive coordinator, and we're going to go ahead and point the finger at him, even though he's virtually one of the best defensive coordinators in this league. Let's go ahead and fire him, right? You fired him. Then what happens next? You let certain players go, right, that I think were more, you could have kept on your team and be in a better position than you are now. You went ahead and re-signed players on your defensive line that honestly, I think there's better talent out there, and you wasted money and overpaid personally. So you did that. Then you really didn't do anything else. The moves you made were very minimal. There was really no changes. You went and got Shurtfield from us. What other big moves did they make? I can't even remember them. That's how minimal they were. Color. Was there any other big moves they made? You remember?
No, not that I can think of.
Fournette. I think there was the guy. They signed the guy from the Colts, the running back, who a week or two later had a boating accident and had to be gone for the season. They signed Fournette, but they haven't. That was after the season started, and they really haven't done anything with him.
No, they
right?
already cut him.
They already cut him? Oh,
Yep.
yeah, he's gone, right? So it's just been trash moves by trash moves by trash moves. That was the minimal stuff that happened. Let's talk about the big stuff. Your big time boy toy, Stephon Diggs, flirting all off season that he wasn't happy, right? You see him on the sidelines talking to your quarterback. You saw him remove all Buffalo Mills social media off of all of his social media platforms, right? Not even to say he was a wide receiver in the NFL. He removed it all. You have his brother constantly tweeting about, save my brother, bring him to Dallas. How good would he look in a Dallas uniform all off season, right? Then all these rumors start flying around that Stephon Diggs is arguing with Josh Allen, or if it's not Josh Allen, it's the front office. He doesn't like the direction the team is going. But the Buffalo Bills fans stay pat. Oh, this is fake news. It never happened. Just because it's being reported by multiple credible outlets, it never happened, right? That's what they're saying, right? And now even had to go as far, even after they know this season's trash. Your quarterback is trash. Your wide receiver has no chemistry or anything. Your whole offense has no chemistry with itself whatsoever, right? And you go, and even your wide receiver tries to help and try to say, I never said that. None of those things came out of my mouth. I never said I wasn't happy or whatever. Yeah, you don't have to say it, but your actions speak louder than words. What do we see? We see you remove everything off of social media completely, right? Then you see all these outlets talking about it. Then what do? You even telling on live television, telling your quarterback to play smart. Why do you even have to tell your quarterback, who's supposed to be one of the top 3 quarterbacks in this league? Why do you even have to tell him to play smart, Color? You shouldn't have to tell somebody at that stature to play smart. They should already know how to play smart, right? So you have all this going on, right? You have all these losses plummeting. Oh, it's not Josh Allen. He couldn't throw the ball because of Dorsey. It's Dorsey's fault. Dorsey is the one that's at fault. The fact that you didn't bring any true offensive weapons for him. It's his fault that his quarterback can't make the proper throws or makes bad decisions. It's Dorsey's fault that his quarterback keeps throwing interception after interception or fumble after fumble, right? It's all everybody else but the problem on this team's fault. And then it doesn't end there. It was Dorsey. Oh, another loss in overtime. Interception thrown by Josh Allen. Dorsey's not here to blame. Who are we going to blame? The Buffalo Bills fans say, you know what? It's the head coach, McDermott. He's the guy. He's the one coaching. Let's blame him. Normally, I'd be down for that, but how many times are you going to go around the merry-go-round pointing at everybody, saying it's the
everybody
coach?
but the players, you know what I mean?
Everyone but the players. I'm sorry, the coaches don't play this game. It's the players. If the players can't throw the ball to the appropriate read, or if the players can't throw the ball properly or catch the ball or run, or what happens on the field is not determined. Let me just put it this way. It's only 10% of what happens on the field is determined by the coach. 90% is the player, right?
Yep.
That's my point, right? And now it's McDermott. And then when you think all hell is broken, bro, hell's froze over, and then God torched it again, because now it's KFC torch time, right? Breaking news this morning. What did we hear? This Color, this right here. Boom. Buffalo Bills Von Miller is accused of assaulting his pregnant girlfriend, which is a 3rd-degree felony. Miller has a warrant out for his arrest in Dallas per multiple sources. This was by NFL Rumors, right? And if you don't want to take their word for it, let's go to the next one. This is by Bleacher Report. Now it might be true because Bleacher Report's putting it out. Von Miller has turned himself in after being accused of assaulting his longtime girlfriend Wednesday while at their home in Dallas, per TMZ. An arrest warrant was issued earlier today on a charge of assaulting a pregnant person. Pregnant person. Get this piece of shit out of my league, right? Get him out of here. I can't even look at this picture anymore, Color. Breaking: Bill Starr, pass rusher Von Miller, this is by Dolph Kleinman, has turned himself in after a warrant arrest was issued for his arrest for allegedly assaulting a pregnant woman. Right? I'm sorry, Color. I know I said some hateful words against people like this, but you got to be a big time piece of trash to beat up a pregnant woman. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You put your hands on a pregnant woman, you got to be a big time piece of shit. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I know this is a morning show, but I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about it, right? Those are my opinions, my thoughts, right? It doesn't end there. The circus doesn't end, Color. Let's keep going. You ready for this? That was just the warm-up act. This is the main act. And this is an act that we've seen before in Buffalo history. In fact, we just saw this over the offseason and more recently, Color. In fact, I honestly am starting to think Buffalo Bills are getting their media control guidelines from Law and Order SVU, because I just watched this happen on an SVU episode. I kid you not, on Monday. Ready for this, Color? You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Breaking news: in the Von Miller domestic abuse case, the alleged victim is now denying that Von assaulted her. No one assaulted anyone. This is insane and sad, she said to ABC. Pro Football Talk even put something out. If you don't believe them, alleged victim is Von Miller domestic violence case now claims that there was no assault. Are you kidding me? I just saw this play out. This whole offseason, all this trash about, Stephon Diggs not happy with Buffalo. Stephon Diggs not happy with Josh Allen and the offensive scheme and not happy and blah, 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 wants to leave and whatnot, right? Only for him to come out and say, oh, I never said that. That never happened. What, Von Miller's in trouble? Von Miller's like, bro, what should I do to Stephon Diggs since they're supposed to be good buddies? Well, maybe you can do what I did and just say it never happened. Get her to say that. Oh, it never happened. Bro, read between the lines. We all know what's going on here. You don't have to be dumb to realize this is just a play because someone realized after they reported them that their money is going to be gone. Listen, there's something that you have to understand. It's one thing if someone beat you up and everything and you had a really big concern about it, and you report them and file charges and you rid them from your life, right? I respect a woman for being very courageous to do that. I know at one time it was very hard to tell people what happened or what someone's doing to you, right? I understand that in our history. But it's another thing for him to continue to do this, right? And you just going right back to him and saying, "Oh, this never happened. This is so sad." Why would the authorities have to file an arrest warrant if it didn't happen? Why did you report it happened if it never happened? Because the only way that the arrest warrant gets issued, Color, is if they went to the scene incident and it got reported by the victim that they were assaulted by said
Right.
person.
They would have had to seen evidence of probable cause. Like, yeah, she's got marks on her or bruises or whatever. Or
it's not
I don't know if they just take them on, if they do that on their word. I've never heard of that. It's usually some kind of indication of it. Now, whether
regardless,
she could now claim she fell on the stairs, down the stairs or something, but whatever. But that's not what she was. Apparently, that's not what. Allegedly, that's not what was being said to the cops that night, because they're the ones.
That's my point.
They saw fit to issue an arrest warrant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, that's my point. It's like,
other than that, innocent till proven guilty.
yeah. See, here's my point on why I bring this up. Right? I understand he is innocent till proven guilty. Right? I get that, and I'm not taking a stance. Hold on. Let me clean up some of the things I've said tonight. Right? First off, yes, I do believe people are innocent until proven guilty. But the fact is that they issued an they issued an arrest warrant, right? the lady is pregnant. That I think is what upset me the most, right? Is that she's pregnant, right? And then not including that fact that she's a woman, which I don't think is right at all, but I'm just saying that's like double pissed off at that point. Um, but why did he have to even turn himself in? Why if she was just going to come out and say, "Hey, this didn't happen," why did he turn himself in earlier, Color? Why did he have to do that? That's why I think something happened. Maybe somebody whispered in her ear, "Hey, you're not married to him. He's about to lose all of his money, and you're not going to get any of it." You know what I mean? Maybe something like that happened. Not saying that she it would do something like that or is something like that, but that's something to question. You know what I mean? Why are you coming out to defend him right away, bro? I just don't understand it. It's a circus. It's crazy.
Well,
What do
it's
you
something that does commonly happen in those types of, in that type of relationship. I
does
mean,
it really? I don't know. Maybe
well,
I
I mean,
haven't
I mean, you hear it a lot. At least I have in my life, growing, throughout the years about, when somebody's being abused, how they will turn around and you know sort of
Isn't there a syndrome for
protect
that?
what their interests are by turning around and saying something didn't happen because they realize, oh, I've got, it's like being trapped. You know what I mean?
Isn't there a syndrome or something like that that they have, like where you keep
Well,
going back
sort
to
of,
your
yeah,
abuser or
sort of,
whatever?
yeah, but it is a psychological issue that's not really the woman's fault or the abused person's fault.
Mm,
It's just that, there's consequences of having, like, when you look at people with, take the money aside and look at it in the world of the plebs, right?
mm,
Where, something like that'll happen, and then the woman will realize, well, I still need my man to go to work, my husband to go to work and raise his kids and all that. So they'll tend to retract what they said
mm. See, this is
because
how
they
I
don't
look
like the
at
prospects of their husband being in jail for a while. You know what I
it.
mean?
This is how I look at it, right? I look at it in the sense is one, they're not married. This is his longtime girlfriend, right?
Well, in this
And
case, there's money involved. And if she's
that's
carrying
why
his
I think
kid,
it's
then
going
it's
on.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
where
why
the
I think it's
interest
going on.
lies.
Listen,
But it is a vicious cycle, and it's that's what
mhm.
it's not fair to the woman. It's power dynamics. You know what I mean?
I want to come out and say this straight up. I do not condone any type of violence, regardless of who's giving and receiving the violence, right? And let alone a pregnant woman, bro. I'm sorry, that is like the worst kind, in my opinion. All kinds is the worst, but that kind is definitely. It feels. I just don't like it at all, and for me, that's why I'm like, get this guy out of my league, bro. Get him out. I don't want him here. I don't want to see his face anymore. And it, I do understand there's a due process. You're innocent until proven guilty, and maybe there's more to the story. This has been such a circus with this team. Who knows? Maybe there's more to come out of this. I don't know if you remember, there was the whole issue with Dalvin Cook and all the legal battle he was going through. Right? This is like on steroids compared to that. So we'll see what happens. Um, I just think it's really bad, and I don't know what the Buffalo Bills are going to do because everywhere they turn around, there's more fire. You know, that's just my opinion. What do you think?
Well, I mean, distractions, bro. I don't see how a team that's 6-6 is going to be able to see through all their problems right now off the field. So
I agree with that. Color, give me a
the
broken take.
Jello is in the fridge and it's jiggling, as Crypto would say.
Color, give me a broken take. I have to step out for just one moment. Give me a broken take. Tell me something about this jiggling takes you got.
I really don't have much on the end of broken takes other than Dallas kind of sucks, to be honest with you. I'm not so sure if I mean, look, my broken take is we're not going to collapse and we're going to beat a whole bunch of teams we shouldn't beat and go really deep into the playoffs.
Well, my broken take, Color, just so you know, is the fact that I think we're running the table. This from starting Sunday all the way through the end of the season. I think we're running the table. I'm just talking about regular season. I'm not talking about playoffs or anything. Just the regular season. I think we run the rest of the table to the end of the season. That
Well, I
means
mean,
10 is after the
people have
Commanders.
gone 6-0 before, you know.
Yeah. So I think that happens. Even if people are gonna say, well, don't you think you'll get one more loss at the very last game because who wants to play your starters? If I'm Miami, dude, I'm playing my starters. You're gonna kill Buffalo just to pour gasoline on the fire. You know what I mean? I would at least. I don't know. Maybe we'll be smart and not
Well,
play
thank
our
God you ain't
starters.
coaching the team.
I don't coach the team. I can make up these takes all I want. I want to beat Buffalo more than anything. That's my. I don't want to say that's my Super Bowl because then I'm going to end up losing in the playoffs. I will say that is one of my achievements.
Oh, that is a sort of broken take that
Go ahead.
I thought of.
Go ahead.
We have nothing to lose or gain in week 18. And we elevate Skyler to QB2. I'm sorry. We elevate Skyler to QB1. Make Tua the emergency quarterback. And we let Skyler get his revenge on Buffalo for the playoff loss.
That would be funny though if we actually played Skyler in week 18 and he throws
Or like Tua comes in for a couple series and then Skyler comes in and just shreds them the rest of the game.
That would be funny, right?
Skylar Thompson revenge game coming week 18. Book it, ladies and gentlemen.
That definitely is a broken take. I will say this,
and that's
Color.
only if we've got nothing to lose. Like if there's nothing to gain or lose.
Yeah. Color, I will say this. Even if we don't play Tua, let's say in that last week 18 game, but we play Mike White and Mike White shreds them, I'd still laugh just as hard, bro.
Right, but in fairness, I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade on Mike White, but man, wouldn't it be just epic salt in the wounds if it's Skyler, bro?
Yes, but you could also say it's a Mike White revenge game too, because didn't Mike White have like hell of a game, but they still lost last season?
I don't know.
I think the Jets still lost with Mike White to Buffalo.
Oh, Jets, you mean? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I said it's kind of a Mike White revenge game too. So you got battle of the revenges, who gets it first? You know what I mean?
I mean, all he's got to do is have the same kind of game he had in the playoff game, and Waddle doesn't drop any footballs, and that's the easiest, especially with Buffalo reeling. Skyler could like blow them out.
Yeah. Hey, for watching that Dallas-Seattle game, hell of a game this is turning out.
Yeah, hell of a game this is turning out to be last night.
Oh my God.
And that's it right there.
And
well, I don't know. Do they got how many timeouts they got? Two? Yeah, they still got a chance, but God, they had it, man.
Gino knows he screwed up. It was 4th and 4.
They've been owning them this game, bro.
Let's see who was open. Let's see who was open.
Looks like Lockett.
Jigba Smith didn't even make his cut yet.
He was going. Oh yeah, he was going for.
The middle of the field was wide open. So I would have went the opposite direction. You've been wide open.
Yeah, it looked like Josh Allen the other night.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they got enough time. It could happen, Color.
They still got one more shot if they hold them to. If Dallas gets a first down last night, it's over. Last night.
There we go. All right, Color. Let's keep the show rolling. Color, let's talk about a few things with the Dolphins, right? It's the Dolphins time. We've talked enough about Buffalo being KFC. We're now going to be talking about Miami Dolphins as it is time for some football, right? Yeah, here we go. It's time for some football. Let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. We got Commanders this week. Dolphins are preparing for 8 different starting O-line combinations against Commanders, according to Omar Kelly. Yeah, this game is over, Color.
Yeah, that game was over.
The Miami Dolphins have been playing a game of musical chairs with the starting spots on the offensive line all season, and Sunday's game against the Washington Commanders will likely produce the 8th different combination of starting offensive linemen, while Robert Hunt will seemingly regain his starting right guard spot after being held out of the past 3 games. The Dolphins could be forced to play without 3 key contributors on a line battled through injuries all season. The Dolphins could be forced to play the first game of 2023 without swingman offensive tackle Kendall Lamb, who has started 6 games as Teron Armstead's replacement at left tackle. Lamb's missed 2 straight practices. Lamb has been nursing a back injury since last week and has missed the 2 practices, but was spotted in the Dolphins locker room on Thursday and could participate in Friday's practice. Coincidentally, Armstead is battling a knee and quadricep injury that motivated the 11-year veteran to pull himself out of the Jets game, but he participated in the past 2 practices, likely on limited basis. If Armstead and Lamb can't go, Keon Smith, a second-year player from Fayetteville State, who spent all of last season on Miami's practice squad and made it onto the 53-man roster based on the training camp performance this summer. He's very athletic, good initial movements, has lower body power. Dolphins coordinator Frank Smith said, when you come from a smaller school, you display those physical traits. Sometimes it's about getting the consistency to really be able to drive in and learn the wider things. The Dolphins were also participating without Lester Cotton, the projected starting left guard. Cotton, who started 4 straight games, has been nursing a hip injury, but he was listed on the injury report with an illness, not an injury. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye on. Hunt's on the road back. Fortunately for Miami, Hunt is on the road back from a left hamstring injury he had that sidelined him for 3 games. Hunt dressed for Friday New York Jets game, but played sparingly, mostly special teams work. I feel good, but I think I'm still taking it one day at a time. I'm still working myself in, not just going full tilt, said Hunt, who has started 53 straight games before suffering a hamstring injury. The trainers and myself have been doing really good job of being smart in the situation. I'm thankful we did it that way. To get back in the jersey and to be on the field, it felt good, Hunt said. Being dressed felt like it was in the right direction. This week, hopefully, we handle it in the way we usually do. When Hunt returns, the Dolphins will be using its 8 different starting lineup. The unit has consistently evolving because of Armstead's durability issues. Isaiah Wynn, the team's starting left guard, suffering a season-ending quadricep injury, and Connor Williams' groin issues, which forced Liam Eichenberg in the starting spot. If Hunt returns, Eichenberg, who has played well filling in for Hunt at right guard the past 2 games, could potentially move back to left guard spot depending on Cotton's status. Eichenberg, a 2021 second-round pick, started 10 games at left guard in 2022 season, but recently admitted he prefers to play right guard. However, he managed himself well as a fill-in starter, whether it's at center or guard, for all but 1 game, Buffalo this season. That is a fact. Eichenberg has done well, both at center or at guard, all but 1 game, which was the game that we just threw him at center in the beginning of the season versus Buffalo. That is a fact, Color. Eichenberg, I think, has started to turn that corner that we wished he did last season. You know what I mean? That's what I think is happening. But the Dolphins know it's Armstead, the 4-time Pro Bowler left tackle, whom Unit needs in the lineup because his presence and ability to handle most pass rushers without help stabilize the blocking assignments. Miami's coaches didn't seem too concerned that Armstead will miss Sunday's game. His preparation and how he goes about his business and his drive to be one of the elite players at the position, Smith said, that just all takes into consideration for pushing through games to get yourself to game day, to be there for your teammate. He's a consummate teammate, a consummate pro. When you have guys like him who tells you he's good to go or he's not, you believe it because he's proven it over the years, and he's a very good communicator. I have all the confidence in him when he's really available to help us. That being said, Color, what do you think about our offensive line problems? Is Armstead out of this game? Has that been official? Is that official? Out, Armstead is out.
I'm not really sure, but I'm not really sure what problems you're referring to.
What? Oh, that's a good that's a good response, Color. Yeah, I don't know if we have.
The only reason I say that is because I was looking things up the other day for another reason, and I found out a couple interesting things, and it's something that we've been following, over the course of the last couple seasons, because there's always, for a while our offensive line was really, ranked really low historically, what the tropes have been and all that. And it just occurred to me to check up on that, on a certain thing we've looked at over the couple seasons, which was pressure percentage, right? We've been kind of paying attention to that quite a bit around these parts. And, because even at the worst our offensive line has been, two is still, pressure percentage has still been right around 25% when it's high, 20% when it's low, and currently, I did a check on it, and let me get this sorted correctly. And currently, Tua is ranked 32nd amongst 33 ranked quarterbacks in pressure percentage at 13.9% for all 11 games played. Now, if you want to besides, so it kind of reinforces the question, but we faced the Jets defense last week, and so you would expect maybe a little higher pressure. I mean, the Giants, for example, got 15.6%, which is actually third highest this season. Yeah, the Eagles and the Patriots in the second game both get 14.3%. The Raiders 12.2%, and the New York Jets 9.1%.
Yeah, that's
now the interesting thing that I found, now that is the reason I ask, of course, what is the problem with our offensive line? But moreover than that, while I was looking at this, I happened to notice something interesting. I already told you the Eagles was 14.3%, which is actually pretty low considering, that they're supposed to have a really good defense and all that. And you would think by the way that result of that game, with all the narratives out there, We actually didn't do too bad holding them off of Tua. You know, relatively speaking, his season average is 13.9, and we held him to we had 14.3 that game. So that's right around the average of what we've been doing this season. Now, our lowest number was 3.2 against the Carolina Panthers, 3.8 against Denver, and the other lowest one was 6.3 in the first game against New England. Now, getting back to what I was saying before I just diverted a little bit. The interesting thing I found, what 2 games have I haven't mentioned yet?
Okay, so you mentioned the Eagles game, right?
Yeah,
Did you mention the Kansas City game?
I did not. And what's the other game that I haven't mentioned yet?
Eagles, Kansas City.
Given
I
where
don't
I'm
know.
going with this.
I don't know,
Buffalo.
Connor. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo. My bad.
Both losses. Both really good defenses, really good teams. One is a Super Bowl champion. And in those 2 games, Buffalo had 29.3% pressure rate on Tua. Kansas City had 26.3. The next highest was the Giants with 15.6. And those just happen to be both of our losses. Now, I'm leaving out the Eagles, but that didn't seem to be the problem against the Eagles.
Yeah.
Well, against Kansas City, now against Buffalo, didn't seem to affect the bad throw percentage too much. And he had a 0% drop percentage that game. But against Kansas City, his bad throw percentage was 29.4%, the highest all year long, with an 11.8% average for the year. The next highest is 15.6 against the Eagles. So he really had a hard time against the Kansas City Chiefs. Both with getting pressured, so our offensive line had a hard time, as well as how Tua handled that pressure by throwing, 30% bad throws. That's 1 out of every 3 throws. So in other words, bad throw, good throw, good throw, bad throw, good throw, good throw, bad throw. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
That's terrible. I mean, that's just absolutely terrible. Now, obviously, I'm not just including Tua, I'm saying the offensive line too. I mean, 26.3%, second highest all season. However, you see it getting better again. You got the Jets, in their house, good defense, 9.1%. Tua's bad throw percentage. Tua's bad throw percentage with 2 interceptions in a row was still only 7.1%.
Listen, the games we've lost, bro, to be 100% honest, 2 out of the 3 of them we beat ourselves.
I'd argue all 3.
No, I don't. I'm still putting that asterisk on the Eagles game. I don't care, bro.
Well, we
You go
won
back
the
and look at
turnover.
you cannot tell
Okay, putting aside the refs though for a second, because not that I don't agree with you on that, but let's just put that aside for what the world sees as objectivity. We still beat ourselves, bro. Like even when it comes to having chances to overcome what the referees were doing to us, we still beat ourselves.
Okay.
Because we won the turnover battle. How often do you win the turnover battle in a game and lose the game?
Not very often.
Well, obviously, there's the aspect of the referees. I get it, but what I'm saying is, even if you're the type of person that says, "Oh, well, you still had other chances," yeah, we did, and we beat ourselves on those chances too. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with you about the referees. I'm just saying you'd like to believe that with winning the turnover battle that that game could have gone either way. It suggests we were competitive,
Mm,
you know. But,
yeah.
as far as offensive line, for whatever reason, maybe the configuration was wrong. I don't remember who was injured and who's not those games, but both of those games above 25% pressure rate, and we lost.
Yeah, I hear you.
So there's something we can look at as to what we got to do better at when we face those tougher opponents and tougher defenses. It's not that the Chiefs or the Bills are tougher opponents as far as what their offense does and all this and that. It's
Mhm.
simply their defensive line beating our O line better than the other 9 teams that we faced. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Whatever they did or whatever we didn't do, those 2 games, it's squarely right there at the offensive line.
Mhm. Yeah. I definitely hear
So,
what you're saying. I definitely agree. Games are won in the trenches, right? Our offensive line performs better. Obviously, your quarterback's going to perform better, and in whatnot. If they don't perform, they're not going to perform. But I do agree that let me just explain this. I absolutely do believe in this offensive line. I didn't in the offseason because I couldn't see the picture. I hadn't actually seen the product or got to touch and feel the product yet. You know what I mean? And now that I've seen the product, I see what they can do on the field. I believe in this team. I believe in our offensive line. I could see what Chris Greer and Mike
right.
McDaniel knew that we didn't know, right? Now I get why they did. And to be honest, I'm gonna say we can hate on some of the moves that Chris Greer made this offseason, but what he has done is he's provided depth all over the team, right? He
Mhm.
hasn't provided in certain positions, which has scared me, and that's really I'm gonna go with the defensive tackle position. But outside linebackers, we have depth. Safety, yeah, we kind of have some depth there, right? Running backs, we've had depth, and thank God we've had depth, right? We've had enough running backs to get through the hump. Um, Offensive line, that's where we had a lot of our injuries, and so far we've always had. Oh, you guys are down. No worries. I got the next package up. Oh, you guys are down. I got the next package up. It's lined up. And I want to say it's lined up properly because of how Miami Dolphins are handling injuries now. They're not letting the player, oh, it's just your hamstring is hurt. Oh, okay. How does it feel this week? It's 50% good. Let me throw you back in there. We're no longer doing that color. We're playing the game. Let's see how you do. Okay, how does it feel? All right, they have a goal. They probably have a chart, right? And if you're not meeting that check mark at the top, they don't want you playing unless you at least meet that at a minimum. That's basically how I'm seeing it because
Right.
what it's looking like is they're managing everything so well into the
Right.
December push, and that's what I'm happy to see. You know what I mean? Think
Right.
about it. Think
And,
about
and
this.
and here's Ollie, and you're not wrong to
Mhm.
feel that way. I mean, here's a positive way to look at all the stuff I had said a minute ago, right?
Mhm.
You could look at it in the negative way, not you, but a person could look at it in the negative way and say, oh, well, every time we get over 25% pressure, we lose. But you could also say the next highest is what I say, 15.6. So you
Mhm.
could also say anytime we hold a defense to less than 15.7% pressure, we win. And that's been 8 more times than the times we lost. You know what I mean? I should say 9 more times, because if you consider holding a team to under 15.7 pressure rate as a win, then we'd be 9-0. And so that would
Yeah.
include the Eagles, even though we actually lost. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, revise history. I'm just saying, if you were to say, it seems to me that the Eagles would be the end of, look, out of conference, blah, blah, blah. They got the win. But when it comes to looking at what we've done with pressure rate and saying Every other time we've held them to under 15.7%, we've won.
Mm-hmm.
And the 2 times over that were 26 and 29 respectively.
Mm.
Seems to me anytime we have a pressure rate below 15%, we win. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether Tua should be overcoming when we don't or not.
So whenever we have what percentage? Say that one more time. We have what percentage
Today, on the season?
No, what? Say it one more time. What you just said. Whenever we have what percentage we win?
Oh, technically below, you would say, since the Eagles beat us, it would be but then the Giants had a higher than they did. You could say below 15.6%.
Okay, so as long as we have below 15.6% pressure on Tua, we have a high chance of winning.
We're likely going to win. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. That's good to know.
Now, the Eagles overcame that. They only got 14% on us, but still won. But you can say, well, there's other reasons.
Yeah, there's definitely
it's an interconference game. You know what I mean? Matchups.
Yeah,
whatever. Referees.
That's another broken take. We'll definitely talk about a whole episode for it. I got something planned for that, color. So we'll definitely.
But that's also chalk that up to a part of your growing list of evidence that the referees did affect the outcome, whether we would have won or lost.
Yeah, this is true. Absolutely. Color, I got some breaking news about the Buffalo Bills circus. I just want to break this real quick. It's not really breaking at this point. This came out 20 minutes ago. But now it's a new update by Dov Kleinman. Bills linebacker Von Miller, alleged assault victim, downplays incident. No one assaulted anyone. The woman now claims the incident has been blown out of context. Previously, in a 911 call, color, listen to this. In a 911 call obtained by WFAA, the woman claimed to have been hit and choked with bruises. Right?
No, show mo. It says show mo. What is show mo? Like they don't.
What do you mean?
I can't see the R.
Oh, show more. Let me read the rest of the thing. I have it here. I can. It's the rest of the article. Not an article, but tweet. So she said in the 911 call that she was choked with bruises all over me, according to her. He pulled my hair out. I have like some blood on me, but not like, I don't know. She said when asked if she needed medical attention, but now she says we're fine. Things are blown out of context. This is
out of
actually
context.
outrageous.
I think she meant out of proportion, because out of context definitely doesn't make sense. What context are we like? What other context is there to bruises?
So you had bruises,
pulled hair out.
Pulled hair out. All three of those things are very bad, in my opinion. Any type of violence in that sense, no matter who it is.
Well,
it
let's
doesn't
be
matter.
fair a second, Ali. Let's try to think of a context. She could be like an alternate context. What would the alternate context be to he ripped my hair out?
Bro.
That's why it's so dumb, bro. Like it's or not dumb. It's more obvious that the woman is trying to protect hers now. I mean, she loves him, and that's another reason that the trap gets set. You know what I mean?
That could be it also. I mean, listen.
Like the context was, what was the context? We were in an intimate engagement. What's the context? I mean, we were play fighting, and I thought he was being more aggressive than he was. I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is that why did you have to call 911 if it was outrageous?
What was the context? I threw a haymaker on him, and because he's Von Miller, it bounced off of him and hit me in my own face.
See, this is why I think it's crazy, color, because if this is, I could understand things getting taken out of context when you have somebody else reporting what happened to the police. And it's not coming first person from both parties that were involved, right? Then I could understand.
Right.
But in this case, the victim, called 911, right? And she, the victim, it told them he pulled my hair out, choked me. I have bruises all over me. There's some blood. That is damning. And
Well,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
know how
saying.
you
There's
go from
no other
that
context. Like
to it never happened.
if she would have said, "Hey, he effed me up," then she could say, "Well, they didn't understand the context. A pinch is effing me up to me, or whatever." You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's
Or
just so
he effed
crazy.
me up psychologically is what I meant to say. There's
Yeah.
ways you can get around. You can say context with a statement like "he effed me up," but to sit there and go in detail, bruises, punching, hair pulled out, some blood. I mean, there's no other context, bro, unless it's sexual.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't know. All right, Color. Let's change the subject to something that warms my heart. And that's the Miami Dolphins. I can't. These types of situations I just can't deal with, bro. I don't respect anybody that does that to their spouse, regardless if they're male, female, let alone a pregnant woman. You don't do that to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I don't ever want to see that, or and I actually liked Von Miller. You know what I mean? That's why it's like the whole situation is crazy, but at the same time, I'm like, really, dude?
That's why there
No,
still is always two sides to every story. There's
there it is.
innocent proven guilty. We really don't know anything, bro.
At this
She
point, we
clearly,
have no idea. At this
and when
point, I'll
she says
self-admit,
when
I have
she
no
says
idea.
taken out of context, she could just simply have been exaggerating on the 911 call. I
She
don't
could have
know.
just been lying. Maybe she's pissed at him for something.
Maybe she took it harder than it was. Maybe after she felt better, she's like, you know what? I guess he really didn't pull my hair out. I don't know.
Long story short, though, if she is lying, there could be charges brought to her for that.
Right, right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Because I think there's that
well,
false reporting. There's some kind of like law against that of some kind.
well, that's what I'm saying. Now she can't get out of throwing the book at him without denying it altogether. Because if she goes half in and half out, it gets her in trouble.
Yeah, bro. It's a circus, bro. It's a circus. Oh man. All right, let's talk about our last subject here. I want to talk about the Miami Dolphins. This is also by Omar Kelly, and it's been in the news recently. You may have seen it reported from all over. Zach Ertz has negotiated a deal with the Arizona Cardinals to be released. And doing so, he forego his last game day paycheck, basically, to become to be released.
Who do you think he wants to play for? I got a
Well,
guess
I have a guess
already.
too, but it's not the team that it's not us. If
Oh, it's
I
not
don't
bring
think,
him home. No, that's not who I was going to say. But I
well,
did
I
want
would
to
like to bring him
just
home, but
for
that's
just for tradition. I would like to say bring him home, but no, I don't think that. I don't even think that's remotely in the cards. I'll let you finish. But I'd let you know I do have a guess. I didn't want to interrupt you by saying it.
I hear you. I hear you. So, I personally think that the Eagles might be involved in this. They look like a team
Oh,
that
forgot about the
definitely needs.
history,
They need a tight end more than
the
anything.
history, and the Super Bowl
And
run.
and I think that's why he negotiated the release. He saw the way home, and he was like, "I need to go home."
Who else kind of needs a tight end?
Well, technically, us, we do.
And the
Well,
Eagles division opponent that we just saw. What I just saw was a team that could use they could use a tight end. That's what I just saw
All right, so let's
last
go
night.
on with this. Yeah, that's true. Let's let's actually read this article. This is by Omar Kelly. The Miami Dolphins have been playing a game of musical chairs with the starting spots on the offensive line all season, and Sunday game against Washington Commanders will likely produce the 8 different combination of starting offensive linemen, while Robert Hunt will seemingly regain his starting right guard spot after being held out the past 3 games. The Dolphins could be forced to play without 3 key contributors on a line battled through injuries all season. Dolphins could be forced to play. Actually, hold on. What am I reading here? This is the wrong article. What am I doing, Color? Oh my lord. Here we go. Sorry, back to the right article. I was reading the wrong part of it. Sorry about that. The Miami Dolphins already picked up veteran Super Bowl experience this week. Now there's another who will become available who actually might make even more sense. Tight end Zach Ertz has asked for been granted his release by Arizona Cardinals. News broke by his former teammate JJ Watt. He goes, trying new things in retirement, so let's steal Adam Schefter's job for a day, per JJ Watt. Tight end Zach Ertz has requested and been granted his release from Arizona Cardinals. The three-time Pro Bowler plans to sign with a contender and make a run at his Super Bowl ring. This is easy, Adam. To make his run at a second Super Bowl ring. That tells me whoever he goes to is going to be a contender. It screams Eagles all day long. That's what I think. Right? Ertz, who turned 33 this month and is a three-time Pro Bowl selection, who had 27 receptions in 7 games with Arizona this season and figures to draw some interest around the league, with Watt indicating that Ertz wants to play for a contender. Because the trade deadline has passed, Ertz will be subject to waivers, and even of multiple teams putting in a claim, the priority is based on the reverse order of the current standings. That means the Dolphins are near the bottom because of their 8-3 record, though they'll have a higher priority than 2 teams that would make sense. The Baltimore Ravens, who lost starter Mark Andrews to a season-ending injury, and Ertz, former team Philadelphia Eagles. Ertz's contract includes $8.76 million in salary this season, with $8.5 million guaranteed per over the cap, meaning that any team claiming would be responsible for $2.6 million of the rest of his 2023 season or salary. If Ertz clears waivers, he'll become free to negotiate and sign with any team, and the Cardinals will be on the hook for all of his guaranteed salary. One important thing to note, however, is that the NFL transactions list indicate Ertz was released with a non-injury settlement, which suggests that perhaps Ertz forfeited some or all of his guaranteed money in exchange for being let loose by Cardinals, in which case that would affect the contract any team claiming him would have to take on. The Dolphins have a solid starter at tight end with Durham Smythe, but he's been nursing an ankle injury for several weeks, and Ertz would represent an upgrade over backups Tyler Kroft and rookie free agent Julian Hill. Zach Ertz scouting reports. Now, there's some interesting things in this color. Ertz made the Pro Bowl 3 consecutive seasons, starting with the 2017 season when he helped the Eagles go on the Super Bowl title, right? When Ertz spent 3 seasons with the Cardinals after the Eagles traded him following the emergence of Dallas Goedert, who was selected in 2018, and a few picks after the Dolphins took Mike Gesicki. To get the lowdown on Ertz and how he could help the Dolphins, we reached out to Donnie Druin, publisher of Fan Nation's sister site All Cardinals. Ertz can still be a variable option for a contending team, Druin wrote. At the beginning of the season, when Kyler Murray was still out, he amazed 30 targets in the first 4 games, with Josh Dobbs still under center. And that was while the Cardinals still had a top 5 rushing attack in the league. However, there's a handful of plays Ertz would have liked to have back, as there were multiple weeks Ertz dropped what looked to be a short touchdown passes. His blocking wasn't awful, but Arizona preferred to utilize others at his position on heavy packages. Cardinals' second-year tight end Trey McBride came on strong midseason to look full advantage of Ertz's departure to injured reserve weeks ago. Had Ertz been activated back to the roster, McBride likely would have still been the starter at healthy. Ertz could do great things for Miami as the tremendous duo of Tyreek and Jalen Waddle would surely create space for Ertz to work underneath. While he's clearly not the prime version himself, the Dolphins should certainly do their homework to add just another weapon to their arsenal. Now, before we jump on why this would be a good idea or bad idea, I just want to bring some things to light. Let's bring some facts. So, since 2013, out of that, there has only been, let's see here. He's only had 3 seasons where he had less than 500 yards going. Right? 3 seasons. Actually, less than 400. I'm sorry. 4 seasons less than 500, but 3 seasons less than 400. Right? His success rate has always been, let's see here. He averages approximately about 54% success rate. So 54% of the time he catches the ball. His catch percentage has always been in the 60s. He had 1 season, he had 50% catch rate, but he averages in his 9-year career about 66.8% of the time. So he's decent at catching. He's a okay blocker. I do think he's an upgrade over Julian Hill. I don't want to say he's washed either, because if you look at the yards, yeah, he had 1 season in 2018 where he had over 1,000 yards. He also had 116 receptions, right? But since then, he averages just about 800 to, somewhere around there. Look at the other seasons. He got about 800 yards every time. There's only been maybe 2 seasons, actually 3 seasons where he didn't. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think this might be an okay idea. What do you think about it, Color? I mean, it is definitely an upgrade. We are in the December push. These are the upgrades or depth pieces you want to add. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's a solid tight end with a very good career resume, and I don't think he's washed up per se. I think you might be able to get one more Witten year out of him, or one more type thing, or whatever. The guy is smart. He's run similar systems in Philadelphia that we do here. You know what I mean? In general, being a West Coast type of overall, but yeah, I mean, he catches the ball. Obviously, he's a blocker. He does it well enough to have kept his career going this long.
Yeah, he's not horrible. That's what I'm saying. It could be worse. I'd rather have a tight end that's willing to block than not block.
Yeah, and to tell, I'm not saying Smythe is not suitable. It's just that if we got to be as healthy as possible going into this playoff run, and we can't be dealing with not having a good enough tight end in the playoffs. And Zach Ertz is a guy who obviously has playoff experience as well. So, you're not talking about a slouch here. You know what I mean? And if he can be gotten for, fair but cheap enough money, I mean, why not rent him for the run? I mean, I see bringing in even if Smythe is healthy, I see bringing in a guy like him no different than the Rams bringing in Weddle on their defense towards the end of their season in their Super Bowl year. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, why not? I certainly would not want him to see him go to, the rich and have them keep getting richer. I mean, the other team I had thought about, he's had some underperformance at that spot a little bit, I think. That also would probably have a little bit of history with is Jaguars with Doug Peterson, who was also there in Philly, for a minute with Ertz.
That's a good point. I mean, that's a good team you could think of. I was thinking more the Eagles. The other team I thought maybe is the Ravens, as they mentioned. They were kind of right. Eagles just makes so much sense for me.
Yeah, and the Ravens kind of like X's and O's wise makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Ertz is the kind of guy that can just be like Andrews. Hey, just send me out as a receiver and, run around and sit in the zone for Lamar.
Yeah, there's some teams. He definitely has options. The
Mhm.
thing is, the Dolphins are up on the waiver wire more than they are, so that will be really interesting. Do we pull the trigger? I mean, if we pick him up, we only have to pay $2.6 million. That's not too bad at all. I
If
would
we
do it.
picked him up, it would simply to keep him away from the Ravens, and that's a smart move, considering we got them on our schedule, and considering the drop off that we witnessed even in the first game without Mark Andrews
Yeah,
in their offensive production. You know what I mean? So
I would do it. I would do it. I think it's these are the type of moves that I expected us to make. You're just doubling up
I mean, it
on.
ain't our money to spend, so it's easy for us to say that. But I think objectively, we have good standing to say we'd do it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
Zach
I know.
Ertz. I mean,
Let's look at the other part of this real quick. And I know we're going to be closing it down.
I'm sorry, Ollie. I was just gonna say, I still think when I'm picking my fantasy lineups, I look at Ertz every single week. You know what I mean?
I did too. I'm not going to lie. Even when he was not the top rated
Right. It's
tight end,
Ertz. Right.
he
It's
was
Zach
solid.
Ertz.
He
Right.
always was good for maybe 50 yards and a touchdown. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You know what he was good for. And
Right.
I'm not expecting this guy to come in and be a world beater and be 1,000-yard tight
No,
end.
no.
No, I
You'd
don't. I
expect
don't.
him to be Zach Ertz.
What I expect is when he's solid, wide spanking open, I want to be able to depend on you and just throw it to you and not have to worry about
Right.
it.
And
You know
don't
what I mean?
forget, before Kyler dropped off the face of the earth, Ertz was the guy there. It was Ertz and Fitzgerald, and that was pretty much who was keeping Kyler afloat.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's not forget
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk. Yeah. Let's
But,
not forget him too.
for the occasional deep bomb, but
Oh yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I like the guy. I think we should bring him in. I would consider it. And I think it's a smart move.
it would be a very, very solid contender move.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
that's what I'm saying. And I think
If
we
you
should do
really
that.
think of yourselves as contenders, you make this move. Even if,
Mhm.
like I said, even if just to keep them away from Baltimore.
Yeah, I would definitely make this move. And I know I know people are gonna say, well, why aren't we touching the offensive line? Well, I kind of think it's because we have guys that are coming right back. They're only gonna
Mhm.
be out a game or two. We just have to manage it. That's all we
Mhm.
gotta do.
Eh
Um, but to be 100% honest, I think this would be a smart move. Miami
Yeah,
should
and
go
there's
do it.
no evidence to support the Ravens and Lamar Jackson are. I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna lose every game from here on out, but there's no evidence to support that they're gonna be the way they were in beating some of the good teams that they've beat without
Mhm.
Mark Andrews. So that includes a team that they would face like us. So it would be a very, very, very savvy, shrewd move to keep him away from the Baltimore Ravens right now, bro. It would almost end their chances.
Gotcha.
It would be a favor to all the AFC teams if we did that. Well,
Mm,
it wouldn't be a favor to them because we'd have him, but you know what I mean. Like
yeah.
keeping him away from Baltimore.
It's true. So, Color, last week I hit the nail on the head. If you remember, on Black Friday, right here on the TFTG show with El Capitan, I said the hot take that Miami would have 2+ picks in this game. And lo and behold, they had 2+ picks.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna go ahead. They had the Fail Mary. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and say it. My hot take for the Commanders game is Miami has 2+ picks and a fumble recovery.
Oh, nice.
That's what I'm going to go with.
Mine's not as extreme as yours. I do have Jalen Ramsey getting a pick six
Okay. I'll
and
take it all day long.
absolutely clowning Sam Howell.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say 2+ picks and a fumble recovery. That's what I'm going with. I think the keys to that game is stop the run,
Mhm.
right? Because they have 2 running backs I know that like to run. What's his name? Alex Gibson, I think his name is. They have like 2 running backs that are pretty good. They're okay. Stop the run, force Sam Howell to be the passer that he is, and make sure you hold on to Scary Terry as much as you can, which should be pretty easy in my opinion. Because against Jalen Ramsey and X, I don't think Scary Terry is as scary as
And
what people
Logan,
think.
they're a little bit of a problem. They're tight end, but
Well, yeah, I don't think that's gonna be too
make
much
sure
of an
you
issue.
tackle him when he gets the ball.
But if it's me, I'm going after Sam Howell. You bring the house down on him, everything should be
Mhm.
fall into place. That's what
So
I think.
that leaves the burning question, Ollie.
Hmm.
You down with JPP?
Let me ask you a question. Are you down with JPP? Because I'm down
Yeah,
with
you know me.
JPP.
Bum, bum,
All
bum,
day
bum.
long. We down with JPP.
Mm, mm, mm,
Oh
Yeah,
man.
you know me.
Bro. Imagine a new show would come out, right? If let's say JPP signs another season with us, right? And Jalen Phillips is back, they could have their own YouTube show and it'd be called JP and JPP.
Right.
No, J and JPPPs. Something like that. I don't know. It's stupid. I know it's stupid. I'm just being funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit like and subscribe. This is Broken Takes. We're having some fun, saying whatever we feel like. That's what this show is about. I can't wait to do more. Hopefully, many more episodes with you, caller. We should have started doing this a little while ago, to be honest. Got
It's been a rough
anything last
middle of
minute
the
take?
season, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, life's
Yeah,
kind of been smacking me in the face too.
me too. Me too. Got any last words for our audience?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the newest member of the Dolphins member club, yours truly, Color Commentary, who had a nice discussion with a Dolphins sales rep today, uh, who will be checking out the Fins tailgate and Color Commentary. So yeah, there's that. I told him all about our gig online. You know what I mean?
So,
I told him who he had the proud privilege of selling season tickets to for
so color, where
2024.
where are you sitting? Do you know yet or not yet?
No, we don't get to pick them till February.
February. Okay.
But we should have gotten in early enough to be able to pick where it won't be auto assigned or nothing. You know,
Okay.
now the
All right.
selection will be wide or narrow depending on how early you got on the waiting list. You know what I mean? But we won't be able to pick till February. And that's also when your payment goes through, whether you do the full payment or whether you do it for 7 months or whatever.
Ah,
So
I got
here was the deal, Ali, and I don't know if how it relates to what everybody else pays or has been offered or whatever. I know it's actually lower than what they offered my mom in an email, right? A
you.
couple months ago. We paid 2 G's for 2 tickets, 10 games. So I'd imagine that's 2 preseason games, right?
Hmm.
Uh, or 9 home games in a preseason game, however it is next season. But we had to put 100 down each, so it was 200 to get on the waiting list, and you're charged the rest in February, or you can put it on the 7 month payment plan or whatever. But I'm like, dang man, that's a lot cheaper than I thought, bro. Especially relative to what we're paying per game a la carte. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, we're getting 3 for 1, bro, pretty much. We're pretty much getting 3 tickets for the price of 1, compared to what we've been paying a la carte. I mean, dang. So I encourage
Yeah.
everybody to become a Dolphin I told the guy I would plug him. So I encourage everybody to become a Dolphin fan club member. It also gets you all kinds of benefits at the stadium, like 30% off the team store and discounts on your concessions purchases and stuff like that. And I'm already a member. I don't get any tickets to this season, but I'm already a member just by getting on the waiting list. So that means I will also have the ability to get early dibs on playoff tickets for this season.
Mm.
So basically, just like you, Ali, I'll be able to whatever. Now, you may get higher pecking order than me, but I'll have the same ability that all members do to get playoff tickets before everybody else. You see what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah, I hear you.
guaranteed a purchase ability, pretty much is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Well, everybody will be able to get a chance to buy playoff tickets, but the season ticket holders get first chance to buy them, pretty much. Like you're guaranteed a chance. And then once that window is over, then it's all, all for themselves. Or everybody for
Interesting.
themselves.
I can't wait, Color. It'd be great. Be able to see you at the games, every game. Definitely. What I wanted to tell you is that what was I gonna tell you? Crap, I can't even remember, Color. I had it in my head the whole time and I forgot it. Damn.
Mm-mm.
It's all good. I can't wait, bro. It's a lot of fun. You're gonna get stuff in the mail, so be prepared for that. You'll probably get some official certificate from the Miami Dolphins that you can
Oh,
frame.
yeah, that's
Looks
special.
pretty nice. They'll send you a Miami Dolphins pin. I got 2 pins so far.
Mm.
I got the 72 pin for last year, and then this year they sent me a Miami one. They also will send you random posters and stuff in the mail, and you'll get a nice membership magnet to throw on your mom's car.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty
So now,
dope.
and I can also now throw it in people's face when they tell me I'm not a fan. Like, what?
I'm
You're
more
like,
an
what?
investor in this team than you are.
I'm gonna put that member magnet right behind me in my studio, man. Are you kidding me?
That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like and subscribe. I missed you guys all. I know we haven't been doing top of the tailgates. Life has been crazy. My new work schedule and stuff. Can never get sleep on time to wake up. I promise you we are going to get better. But meanwhile, me and Color have agreed we're going to start pre-recording episodes such as this and coffee and a cup of color. I'm going to start playing that throughout the weeks so we can fill in when we can. I cannot wait to the next game. I will see everybody at the Monday night, Tennessee. Yeah, I'll probably see everybody there. And I can't wait for the Jets game too. That's going to be fun too. But make
I
sure
will
you hit
not
like
be
and
a part of
subscribe.
that. Thank you very much. But I will be at the Dallas game on Christmas Eve. You going to that one this year? Or
I thought we're
family
going
gonna get you?
together, remember?
Oh, duh. What am I thinking? Of course. I was gonna say I better start buying a parking ticket.
Well, now you're a membership. I don't need to take you, Color. You can
Well,
buy your own member
well,
ticket.
yeah, I was asking for the sake of the audience.
I gotcha. All right. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hit like and subscribe. We love y'all. Peace out. Fins up. Till next episode.